Hey everyone, I'm Nate, and here I have set 71861, the Old Town 15th anniversary. This set officially released on January 1st and retails for $269.99 in the UK. It contains 4,851 pieces and has 23 minifigures. This is part 2, so make sure to check out part 1 as well. But if you enjoy these videos and want to see more, make sure to like the video and subscribe. It helps me and the channel out a ton and gets us closer to the 200 subscriber goal by the end of the year. But for now, let's get into the review. Here we have the workshop and mailroom, and it is probably one of the weakest parts on its own, but it's still one of my favourites just for what it can do. Starting off in this corner here, it's got more of those peach blossom trees, which looks great. It's got these two smaller ones inside, then a larger one on the outside. The wall here doesn't look very good, but it is meant to be covered, so I can give it a bit of a pass. The stairs are nice. It's not all too common to see ones like this, especially in Ninjago, and I quite like them. They are pretty simple, but they're neat. Underneath them, there's some stones to stand figures on, and a little poster showing Egalt, Rontu, and I think Gandalaria, which looks great. Just next to that are these windows and a door, which, as the sign up top says, it's the post office. And the damaged sign looks really nice. There's more leaves and a branch for a plum blossom tree with a little post box with the mailman's symbol on there. And inside is just a little letter, and we can actually see the tree that branches off growing around the box, which is neat. I love when they show nature growing around things. It looks really nice. Just off to the side of it is a wall with all sorts of bits on it. In the bottom left is the symbol the ninjas made in March of the Oni, with some sort of wanted poster and this other poster, which honestly I can't make out. In the top left is the Woo Crew symbol, which is neat, and the Sons of Garmadon logo that's been crossed out on there. Then there's the Sky Pirates logo, which is cool, but doesn't really make much sense lore-wise, seeing as they don't fully exist anymore. And lastly is this flaming bird symbol, which I can't really recognise from anything. Turning it around, we can see this really rocky area with tons of grass and bits of roots growing, which is nice. Then some of the wall here, it has a nice pattern with some brown and nugget, which looks nice, and there's bits of dark tan to show dirt and aging, which is a really nice touch. Then this area here is super nice. It sticks out off the ground and is on an angle and looks great. It's got tons of leaves with branches and flowers growing out, and even has an air conditioner here too. The roof looks really great with the iron bars and the curved bits on the ends. It looks really good. Even cooler, it can open up to the mailroom, and it's cool in here. There's a little water cooler, which is good, and on the desk next to it is this little mug and a mini version of the real playing cards, which are my favourite Easter eggs in these kind of sets. They're super cool to do. On the other side is a little light shining on a quill and some letter. And by the window on the other side are these two boxes filled with letters, and on top is a little poster of Kai in Prime Empire, which looks like some sort of movie one. And moving there, there's yet another card with Knuckle on it here, which is neat. Then for this last little wall, it shows this tree growing through, which again, I love when they do this. Then there's this cracked wall with some water flowing under, and a wanted poster of Kai, Nia, and Wildfire, which is from the Rock Guys at the start of Season 3. And it says wanted and has 3 little skulls underneath. Just next to it is a little mailbox which has a little gold trophy, probably for Dareth. And what's fun is you can press that in and this wall launches off, which is really fun, and you can even have this as a secret entrance for the villains to get inside. Taking a look upstairs, there's this large open area to put minifigures on, which is nice, and on the building are some candles. This area is inspired by the first realm with some spikes by the window and the little logo there. And it has some nice little candles. There's a sign next to the window saying Faith too. Turning it around is this balcony with space for a minifigure and a little open area to look out with more of those spikes. Inside are some mechanical things for Faith to fix up, like this little engine and some parts on the table, which is nice. The roof really stands out with all the silver and grey, which has little bits missing or added on. It feels in theme with the first realm builds. And probably my favourite feature in most of the set is this little crane on the roof, which can actually move down. And looking inside the crate, there's a single cookie, which is a bit odd. Then we have the last area, and it's absolutely huge, and the area with the tree here is beautiful. On the far left is this nice little archway which uses lots of stickers, mainly showing the same symbol from the front gate. The floor has plenty of rocks with space to pose minifigures, and there's a poster on either side. The first one shows this water wheel with the moon behind it, and the other shows Shintaro, which is neat to see. Then moving around is this little area with a door, which when you open is pretty dark, and all you can see is a spider and a cobweb on the wall, and it says "sleep, sleep" around it, which is a neat reference to what Harumi says. Then out front we have this awesome area with a little waterfall, which goes down here with a little flower, and this little rock wall with all sorts of like green growing, even on the stairs, which are super interestingly built. Then there's this large rock area with a little area to stand on, and if we remove the area at the bottom, we can see Moro's skull, which is super dark, but a great reference to see. Around the back, we can see the tree base it's built on, and all the varying sizes of like roots and branches. It's super nice and unpredictable. Then there's this rock wall, which you can move this little boulder here to reveal inside as a secret entrance, which is neat. Or for an actual look inside, the whole wall can move out, and even like a little bit up top to see in better. Inside is the Loyalist room with space to stand around, and a big poster of Beatrix and a monitor showing that dragon that's on their staff and backs. And in the very centre is this huge hologram area, I believe, which just looks pretty nice. Moving up, we can see more of them stones to stand on, as well as a little pond area, which is nice. Then my favourite build, this bonsai tree. It looks really nice, and the shaping's super well done too, and the colours all like look great and work together well. Turning it around, we can see like this little red lantern, like the front gate, and this kite, which is a reference to the one Moro had in Season 5 when he's showing off his powers, which Wu saw, which is amazing. Here's the museum, as shown by the sign there, and the front doors look amazing and like very regal. Opening the door, there is a little ladder to get upstairs, which is always nice to have a reason in build to get characters up building like these. The building next to it is mainly sand green and brown, but there's a few areas with dark tan, again for age and wear, which is always nice so that it's not like a big huge blob of one colour. The roof looks really nice and uses more of those frogs on the end of the curves. My one issue is the leaves on the roof. Yeah, it's nice and adds a bit of detailing, and even though it's not impossible, I don't feel like the leaves should have gone upwards from the tree. I like the use of the grill slopes, and the way they're able to get them flat with the wall is really cool. Spinning it around, it is pretty plain, but you can actually remove the roof and this wall to see inside. Inside are all sorts. There's this little chair, and on the desk in front of it is the scrolls for the Temple of Light, showing the ninja giving the powers to Lloyd, which is so cool to get. The floors are this cool tile effect in like dark green and white, which is nice. On the wall is the scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu, which is cool to see again, as well as this chalice and some books. One of which is the story of Jack Rabbit, which Wu reads to Lloyd when they get him from Python in Season 1, which is really unexpected to get. On that wall I removed, it shows the moon cycle from Dave the Departed, as well as the scroll from Quanish the Elder, showing how to unlock their dragon form from Crystallized, where they jump up, kick back, whip around and spin. And finally is the Mirror of Dread from Season 11, where Lloyd saw his worst fear as being his dad. The next room up has some neat stuff too, which can be removed and we'll look at in a moment. But on the wall is the Tale of Oni and Dragon, which Mistake told to Lloyd and Jay, which looks amazing and is really show accurate. Those bits I took off were actually 2 Lego sets, the original and movie Bounty, and I love seeing these in sets, because it's funny to imagine Lego sets of Lego sets existing in Lego. Oh, and there's this newspaper from Twitchy Tim's introduction in the island, which is good. Just outside of there is this nice little gold and red balcony with a ladder to get up even higher, and a little zip wire hook, which you can use when the set's complete. And at the top of the ladder is a little sticker of the museum again. The balcony up here is pretty similar, just larger, except there's a telescope as well, which can move about a bit but is easy to knock, and a gold rice hat as some decoration. There's some candles and windows out here, as well as this large sign which says Old Town, and the wood detailing on it is really nice to see. The roof is similar to the other, except it's a lot more decked out with this bit of white and gold as well on the side, and a nice little crosshatch effect on the top. Removing that and a wall, we can see inside better with this dark red seat on the floor, which is a bit weird, and a telephone on the wall. There's also this epic photo of Wojira and the Niad fighting, which was such a cool scene to see in the show. On the other side is this filing cabinet and a little light on this desk, along with a mini fan and a newspaper, which shows the guy who found the space bugs that eat metal from Season 3, which is a cool callback. Finally is the little display for the anniversary figures. It has like this crest area around the 15th printed tile, and it looks amazing, especially with the little bits on the end to extenuate it more, and the centre being raised a bit for the middle figure. But not only that, the sides can come off, and you can even add the other anniversary figures to it, which is just so cool to be able to do. Figures, first up is a Chronix, and they definitely look a lot more similar, these two. Obviously, just like his brother, the older one has his mask with the Hands of Time symbol on there, along with that green shoulder cape. He also has some time blades, however these are the forward and slow-mo ones, and the younger one has these studs to represent that. Removing those, we can see their faces are quite similar, but the younger one is a bit more neutral, where the older one has a more conniving smile. The torsos are similar with the red, silver and copper armour, except the older one has a smartphone and earbuds, which, same as this earpiece on his head, was due to being addicted to tech in Season 7. The legs are practically identical with the same fabric, just slight movement to the armour on the sides. Turning them around, the younger version has an angry expression and the older has none, and the lines on the younger one are a lot thinner and more detailed. Next up is Faith, and this is the first real version of her. Previously we got the heavy metal version of her, so it's nice to see her as Faith here. She comes with a hammer and wrench for a workshop area, and she has this really cool hairpiece which is perfect for her. Her face is pure white with one red eye and these orange markings which look cool, and she has like a slight smile. Her torso is super cool and like very similar to the Season 9 ones, with this green cloth all around and this metal going across her chest with some bone spikes sticking out, and it's even got a chain and some markings on it. Her legs are similar with some metal knee pads and this orange chain. On the back she has this angry face, and on her back is more of that cloth, metal and orange chain. Then we have the administration agent who comes with a sort of gun, and she's definitely meant to be a sort of army character since there were lots of people working in the administration in the show. She has this big afro piece with a spurk and some sunglasses. She's wearing this tan jacket with like a belt buckle at the bottom and a black jumper underneath. Her legs are just grey, and turning her around she has no other face and just some creasing, so she's pretty plain. Then we have Dr. Saunders, who comes with a little pocket watch and is super accurate. Obviously he doesn't have the super long mustache, but he does have a smaller one here with those big round glasses, and he has this grey receding hairline. His torso's neat with red kimono under a dark red overcoat, which actually goes down to his legs there, and he has a badge showing the museum symbol and a pocket watch. Turning him around, he has a crux face, which is just the same head he had, which is uncommon to see, and on the back is a belt buckle and a large picture of a museum there. Next up is the postman, who I believe is the second version of him, and he is pretty simple. He has a letter in his hand and the same right side as Wu. He has this smile with some glasses and a little goatee, and his torso is buttoned down the middle with the mail symbol on his chest there. On the back is a backpack for some mail, and underneath it is just his belt and some creasing. Then we've got the Loyalist, which this guy's got a blade which used to the Darksaber hilt, which is cool, and also this original hood piece in dark red. The face print is mainly white with some sharp gold teeth and some rocky gold eyebrows and these yellow eyes. The torso is mainly this black robe with this dark red fiery lining with some gold detailing. Then there's this little pendant around its neck, and the robes actually continue onto the legs. Then on the back is this smiling face and a giant dragon on the back with multiple elements on it too. Then we have the Loyalist leader. She comes with the same torso and legs as the Loyalist, so there's not much to say there. But the dragon on her back is also the one on this cool staff she has here, which is really cool. They use the newer hood, which when removed shows this crazy cool golden mask with green eyes. And on the mask it reveals their identity as Dr. Leroux. It's cool to have another way to get her outside of the previous city set last year, and those green glasses and face markings are cool. Here we have Cole, who I'll just gloss over, but make sure to check out my character display video for my full review of him and a comparison with his original suit. He comes with one of his weaker side of Quakes with this weird piece on the end. He has his normal hair and angry expression along with the original shoulder pads, which is nice, and the chainmail on his shoulders is gold now and looks a lot more like scales. We can just about make out the kimono lining, which bottoms out just below his belt. Turning him around, his logo's a lot more centered than Kai's, and removing those we can see his smiling face along with his symbol and more of the armor. Next is Zane, who has the shurikens of ice. He has his ninja hood, and the gold crest looks really nice on that white there, same with the shoulder pads. Removing them, we can see his face, which is a lot nicer than his original neutral one. Same with his torso. Though it's less detailed, it looks a lot nicer with those leather belts at the bottom, that grey shirt underneath, and the tan lining which also goes down to his legs. Turning him around is the best bit. He has his battle damaged face from with the Devourer, and it just looks amazing, not to mention the detail in the robo parts. And on his back is his logo and more of that letter. Then we have his dad, Dr. Julian, who's finally in minifigure form. It's been such a long wait and we finally got him. And he looks spectacular. He comes with this little gold part, which I think is meant to be some sort of wrench. And this, which is the only letdown for me, the parrot. I think it would have been nicer to get the actual falcon, but unfortunately the old part was discontinued. He has this white hair and loads of wrinkles, since he's lived way past when he should have, but he does still look super happy. He has a blue shirt with this coat over with some pens in his pockets. Unfortunately no leg printing, and the back only has the lining of his jacket, but he does have a skirt face too, which is cool to get. Finally, for the best three. First up is Young Woo, and gosh, these just look spectacular. The three go on the base I've shown before, and they look awesome. Woo here comes with a dark tan staff, and this yellow stud for his elemental power. He has this dark tan hair which is perfect, and this face with a little smile on it. His robes are mostly black with some dark tan lining, but a white shirt and arms. The lining actually ties off as the belt, which looks nice, and it has this gold writing, which I believe is actually kanji, which looks so nice. On the back is this angry and shouting face, and an awesome gold dragon design on his back. Then we have Garmadon, which is my personal favourite. He has the same power and staff as Woo, though this time it's pink there. He has the same hair as his old version, but it's dark brown hair since he's younger. And he has this smile which seems like a bit angry still behind it. His robes are the exact same, though this time his sleeves are black and the lining and belt are purple. Oh, and his kanji are red, which looks super cool. On his back is a red dragon, and he has this super angry face with like red eyes, which is so cool to see. Finally, for this set, and probably the whole wave's #1 figure, it's the first Spinjitzu Master. This is without a doubt the most insane figure they've announced. Not only is he the most mysterious character in the show, and his design looks awesome, but this is the first time ever that we've seen his face in the whole 15 years the show's been running. Not once have they ever shown it before it. But he comes with this cool staff with a dragon head on the end, and he has the same hat as Woo, but underneath is this awesome face with like a super calm smile which just perfectly fits him. His robes have this gold and grey lining which goes down the middle and is tied down, and that bottoms off under his gold belt. His torso has this grey dragon on either side which just looks incredible. Turning him around, he has his ponytail on the back, and his back shows that dragon in gold and some kanji next to it. Overall, it looks awesome. The play features are super fun and the build looks amazing. Especially that bonsai tree just looks beautiful. And the minifigures are just so amazing, especially the anniversary ones. But I'll see you in the full part, so make sure to like and subscribe for that, and to help reach the 200 subscriber goal by the end of the year. That's all for now, see you next time, bye!